Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
Hey, Doc, why don't you come sit with me, buddy?
Raise my axe!
Shit. It shouldn't have done that. It should not have selected all those fucking NPCs. That's stupid. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Adapt. Hey, Rose. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, we should be able to differentiate. And good evening, salutations, greetings, good morning. Yeah, rather than selecting all. I was hoping that it wouldn't do that. We should be able to select, yeah, differentiate between the two groups. And animals as well. Yeah, that would be beneficial. Man, he's gnarly. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Forgot my controls. My brain decided to hit a finger. All right, that's good. See what I can get rid of. Oh, shit. Yeah, MS is a joy. My brain will tell one finger to do something, but a different finger will do something entirely different. That's the world of multiple sclerosis. Savory flush, not the regular stuff, the good savory stuff. I must have grabbed that line by accident, didn't I? I give that to one of the girls. Good deal. Oh, come on. Let's see what else they got. I think they were all good. We'll find out. I usually, in games like Conan, Valheim, 7 Days to Die, I like to build on things that are already there. They're awesome. The buildings are kick-ass. They're so cool. My main base is in north of the breach, in a great big giant cave. I've never seen anybody on YouTube use it, but somebody's had to. It's a great place. I like building onto things that are already there. They're so cool. The buildings and the structures are so neat in all these different games. Let's see. Let's give that away. That was the wrong chest. Oops. Yep, I'm gonna get a couple more cats. So my buddy has some more cats to play with. My cat Tuck. It's a good boy. I'll be sitting here playing a game or doing whatever. He sneaks up behind me in my blind spot. Gets up on my chair. I can't hear him. He takes one little tiny claw and he pokes me right in the side where the skin is soft by the kidney. And I jump. And then I look down and there he is just looking at me like Bart Simpson saying, I got ya. On a server you played on with mods to build anywhere. Awesome. Mods to build anywhere. I made my bridges spanning the desert and the unnamed city to make it easier to access it. Awesome. Heck yeah. Very cool. See. Yeah, I need to get around to purchasing a server. Just haven't gotten around to it. There's 3 servers I'd like to put up, maybe 4. All right, Warlord, what's next? Huh. All right. No more room. There we go. Where's those other boomers go? Right there. You mean you like to play the game and not so many words? Me too. Right on. You'd be welcome and thanks for being friendly. I wish we had one button. I wish these menus operated like 7 days to die. I could click one button and everything would sort over to one menu from the other menu, and the stuff that isn't there would stay. Huh. Yeah, tedium. Hey, Tuck. What you doing, buddy? Hey, Tuck. Tuck. Tucker, clean your kitty litter box. Do the dishes and make us a pizza. You're such a good cat. kind of service animal are you anyway? Now where the hell did I get this lion? All they do is eat. They got it made. Yes, I know. Thanks. Appreciate it. I've used it before. It didn't work. It was bugged. Maybe it's fixed. Where the heck did I pick that lion up at? Huh. I gained a lion. Yeah, I did. Huh. That's strange. I don't usually get a lion. Okay, I'll take it. I think the climbing is pretty wild. Climbing anything in this game, it's nuts. It's pretty cool. Up, 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 up. It's my neighbor. Whoa, shit! Yeah, they must have. Yeah, I don't usually loot anything like that. So, hey, man, I was just carrying a lion around. I got a pickup truck in my back pocket. I even got the kitchen sink. And I'm trying to, I realized that I have to get back to my main base to fix the, to fix our broken ass thralls. Or something strange happens and they all disappear. Yeah, because I'm not certain that they're not going to. Weapons, 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 weapons. Who needs a Kopesh? Who needs a Kopesh? Looks like you got a crappy Kopesh. Let's give you a good Kopesh. Yeah, because I'm going to armor all of them. And then we're going to do the Maelstrom, the Purge. The Purge. Whenever I say that, it makes me think of that movie. The Purge. That's why I always say Maelstrom. The kitchen, I need to move that kitchen. Yeah, he used to not stand like that at all. He used to stand over here and stand out here. But now he's automatically sitting back there. But we'll get that worked out. Rose, that might have worked. Holy shit, it took all my gold. I'm broke. Oh my god, I'm dying. Holy hell, corruption. All right. Nope. Say, you cooking? Are you cooking? You are cooking. Awesome. Yeah, also having this many companions makes getting into a battle too crowded. Way too crowded. Be better if I just took like 2 companions anyway, 2 or 3 companions. They're not all jumping on someone like a pylon. What did I do with this other? So it does give you the option to give all. That's cool. Gracias, señorita. Thank you for being helpful. Yeah, I was jamming last year, having such a good time in this game. I wasn't ever going to stop, but I couldn't play it in very high quality. And so I'm happy that I can. Before I take a walk on the Rainbow Bridge. All right. He's going to say to me, have you ever lied, even if it meant your death? What are we listening to tonight? I threw together some Heldum, some Danheim, some Asi and the Jupiter. Who else? Some Runefal. Some of my favorites. Probably some F.U. Amadane. I love you. I love that guy. I love you. I love you, F.U. Amadane. I love that. F.U. Amadane. Let's see if my cam's working. Rose, do you ever stream? I threw you a follow. I stopped by your channel. Yeah, I was like hanging out with you guys on Twitch. That's why I'm here. So that Kopesh, did it already do the Kopesh? It must have done the Kopesh. I'm so sick today. Had a bad episode today. We need to move that stool out. She's gonna get stuck in there. She'll get stuck. See where her leg is right there? She gets stuck. They need to move, they need to fix this model. They need to move this chair out a little bit because the NPCs are getting, see she gets stuck. Her knee is clipping right there on that texture, on that mesh. That's why she's getting stuck right there. Didn't take that out. Move it back a little bit. Or, yeah, free that up a little bit. Free up that mass factor. I don't know how they're writing this. All right, what else we got? There we go. Got no more room for this crap. Nope. Got no more room. No more room. Got some room down there. Let's get rid of you. That fur, we'll get you in there. And then we'll go back here. I'll take you, get you back there, you. Get you all together, all happy. Three more items, 4 more items, and get the hell out of here. That is, you see, this guy's gonna be a problem. How's he gonna eat? Now, if they don't eat, they're not going to die. No, they won't. Not be, at least that's what We've been told. A little wolfy pelt. Little wolfy pelt. Get you guys in there. The wolfy pelt. What do we got? 392. Hot diggity dog. Now you're getting somewhere, Warlord. Holy hell. Right, little twiggies. Carpenter's bench. Throw those babies in there. We are ready to rock and roll. Did you hear that? Somebody farted. That's what they're saying, actually, when you roll up to these NPCs in Ancient Sumerian. They just say, I just came here to fart. I didn't come here to work. The whole slavery thing is totally weird. Mount Blade Warband, you roll into a pub, you roll into a tavern. Mount Blade Warband's been my main game for the last 10 years. And you engage companions, and you talk to them, and you hire them, and you do quests with them or for them so they join your band. In the world of Conan, bash them in the fucking heads, and you got all the friends in the world. I said that shit out loud, huh? I love that Tourette's. And that Tourette's loves me. Keeps you honest. Yep. What's your disability? Transparency. Look at her. She stands to attention. Holy shit, she's ready to rock and roll. Yeah, I love decorating this stuff. It's so nice. No, no, no. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Let me out of that menu. There we go. Awesome. I love that stuff. That's so cool. That's so much fun. Yep. Gave her some nice booze to drink. Yeah, she's got some nice booze to drink. Yep. Slam it, baby. I got my fucking Valkyrie army here. Hell yeah. These babies kick some ass. Yeah, they do. I think we're ready to rock and roll. I got a bunch of shit I didn't need. Oh! Gimme, gimme, gimme. Give me some more. There we go. Rock and roll. I got more grub to grubbity grub to know what to grub it with. So let's ditch that. I don't need all that booze. Nope. I wish I had a beer though. Gotta go get me a fat 6-pack tomorrow. That'd be nice. Grubbity grub. Cook it up. Cook it up. Let's have a barbecue. We got some Aqualonia barbecue sauce. Yep. And Subotai brought the Subotai sauce. Man, he was the best. Subotai. I think I saw a Conan t-shirt that said, fuck your sky. That poor Subotai. For that reason, I've never cared to take thralls myself. I always thought it was strange. But if you set up, I thought that was so weird. I made a whole comedy out of it. I started playing Conan. I was like a year and a half, two years ago, a year and a half ago. I started playing Conan. I thought it was so strange. It's my, what did I call it? The guys were laughing. I called it, yeah, the forced indentured friendship. Forced indentured companionship. I'm like, you guys can't come up with a different method of getting companions? I was like, fuck, really? Come here and bash you in the head. Now we're best friends. Cook my food, wash my floors. Holy shit. Right on. I'm a little bummed. You see, I realized today the things we think of when we're paralyzed and puking. So with this whole thrall change, with this whole companionship change and the way the game works and the entire game mechanic, I have two bases. This is just my mini base. This is my condo right? This is my townhouse in Set City. That all of my other thralls in my other fortress, and I probably have a dozen thralls in my other fortress, they're all sitting there waiting for me to rescue them. The thing is what I was doing here a year ago, it was about, I think the last time I played was October. So yeah, it was last year. What I was doing was I was getting all my warriors here ready to roll, and we were headed up to the Dead Mounds. And then we were going up to the volcano. And then, yeah, we were on a quest, and so this was my party. These are my Valkyries. And we were going up to complete the cartographer journey. That's what we were doing. Yeah, we're going to New Asgard, the Mountains of the Dead, the volcano. Now, I've already been to New Asgard, but I guess it didn't count because I wasn't actually on that quest, which is, it's supposed to pick up the points when you switch from Sorcerer to this. It's supposed to catch up, but I don't know. I don't think it did because I've been to New Asgard. Anyway, I went there, I probably got killed. But that's what I was doing. I was going to complete these 3 points of my cartographer quest, and then we were going to head back to the fortress to set my map room. But now we have to do it the opposite way. Yeah, because I have to go back and rescue the thralls. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with the strange things that I did indeed record. I'll put on my YouTube channel the really strange anomalies when I came back into Conan. What I saw, man, her boots look bitchin'. Man, I love this armor. Yeah, they don't all look angry, but boy, they sure look serious. Yeah, they do. Now she should say something. God, I've always wanted to play this game. I've been fascinated with Conan since I was a little boy. And that I get to play this game in really great graphic settings and ultra settings. I really get to see this game for all it's worth. Yep. Puts the hair up on my arms. Makes my nipples hard. Yep, burns the butt hair right off my cheeks. Hot diggity dog. Look at these freaking graphics. Rock and roll. I'm always trying to make them better. Like that shadow right there, okay? Like my shadow and their shadows. It needs to have more chiaroscuro, more contrast, and more darkness. The shadows aren't dark enough. I'm working on it. The grass looks great. Fuck yeah, man. All right, look at that. Awesome. Let's go visit Funcom. Let's go visit Funcom. I'll roll in there. I'm building a Viking ship on my wheelchair. I am. I'm building a Viking ship on my wheelchair. I'm gonna see if I can find Ivar the Boneless's shit from Vikings. It'd be awesome. Go to Funcom in a Viking ship. What should we bring them? We have to bring them something. Roll in there in a wheelchair and tell them that the map grid M3 I fell and I'm there to collect. That tree is so cool. Look at that tree. It's so bitchin', man. Only in Conan. I saw the most amazing things in here that you've all seen, I'm sure. Yeah, of course you have. Right on. It's just that you never know what's going to be around the next corner. We got to go north, 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 north. Now he's going to start grabbing everything in sight. Yeah, I'll be getting a new electric wheelchair soon. That's the way we went the other day. New electric wheelchair soon. All freaking hell is gonna break loose. All hell is gonna break loose. I'll be out and about having a fucking blast. Shit, man, I want to go to the Renaissance Fair this year. I want to go to the Dayton Air Show this year. I think in May, our friend Vors is going to go to Gettysburg. It would be nice to be able to go and shoot some ghost videos. I'll be going home this year. This year is the 200th anniversary of the founding of the very first permanent Norwegian settlement in the USA. So I'm gonna build a Viking ship around my wheelchair. I'll be in the parade. Yep, I'll be flipping off all the high school kids. I love the one thing that stood out, I have to say. And if you groovy cats from Funcom are watching, the one thing that stood out in the letter from the producer that I have to give a big high five to was that you are now going to concentrate on quality rather than quantity. Big high five. That's what it's all about. I coined that exact same phrase about my social network experience. I'm looking for quality, not quantity. I don't give two shits how many followers I have. Holy shit, that sounded fucking scary. Now, one of the things that I needed to do yesterday was make contact and make a bond with that obelisk, and we did that. But what I had noticed is that I still had iron bars, silver bars, and all kinds of crazy bars in my inventory, and it was weighing me down, and it still is. Once I eat some of this grub, I'll be in good shape. But I wanted to drop off those bars and all that extra weight and shit that I had forgotten to do yesterday. Yeah, right on. Dude, these guys really start digging into this shit. Oh, man, they're going to come up with some cool ideas and really... This is, I don't have to tell you. I don't have to tell you. Yeah, you wouldn't be here in the first place. Yeah, I think we already agree. This is an amazing world. It's got so much potential. It's insane. I don't think that I really don't think that I've been playing video games for almost 50 years. In a couple of years will be my 50th anniversary of playing PC computer video games, right? And I've always been a PC player. And I really, honestly, I really think that this has got to be probably the biggest world I've ever played in, is the world of Conan in this video game. Of all the games I've played over the decades, this has got to be the biggest, vast world that I've ever played in. Now, I've flown from Berlin to Paris to London before in a World War I airplane in real time, and that was big, and that was 20 years ago. But this is, I mean, this is insane. This is so freaking huge, and look at all this. Yeah, I ain't telling anybody anything they don't already know, that they don't already know, that watches Conan, that plays Conan. Right on. Let's head north, young man. Shit! Shit! Come on, fingers. And so my immune system is attacking the protective coating on the nerves of my brain. And so the nerves in my brain, in some cases, are exposed. The immune system is attacking the nerves in my spinal column. And so what that's doing is it interrupts the connection from my brain to my legs or my mouth or my fingers, when my brain and me are trying to give my fingers and my legs and my mouth commands to do the things that we normally do. Because of those exposed nerves, that connection oftentimes gets interrupted, just like an internet signal or Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. And so I'll hit the wrong buttons, or I'll talk slowly. And in a lot of cases, I can get up and I can go get a cup of coffee and I'll fall on my ass because my legs will turn off like a light switch. So I thought I would explain sometimes if you see me playing games in a goofy fashion. And the animals are too slow. What's up with that? I'm like rolling up on these deer and they're, look at, why is he going so slow? Oh, no kidding. Now there is a real name for that river. I know everybody calls it Noob River, but I just can't remember the name for the actual river. I have the old maps. I mean, the old maps from like the 1930s and shit. And so this whole world is really a lot like the world from the books, from his original maps. Oh yeah, I'm good. You know, I game with disabilities, that's all. Right on, look at the flames in that tower. Oh, so cool. Dude, we gotta go north. Let's go, go, go! These girls keep telling me, why you calling me dude? Look at that bunny, he looks awesome. But he's so slow. I increased the draw distance by 2. I found some nice graphic tweaks on Nexus. That's freaking dangerous down there. Yeah, it is. I got all poisoned. I got a mask, but my companions do not. Yeah, we'll cruise up through there. And Rose, thanks for the friendly vibes. And thanks for sharing your passion for the world of Conan. Soulless Entity is a friend, fellow Twitch streamer, and I like hanging out with her when she plays Conan. She really knows her stuff. Now, what's in the distance there? What's up with that? What are we seeing in the sky? You see that? It's the tops of rocks, but we're not seeing all the rocks. No, they're not. They're clouds. They're trippy ass orange clouds. Look at that. No, the map. If I took this map and I overlaid it on the original map, you would see the similarities. I should do that on YouTube. Do a comparison of this world with what I know of the Conan world. Yeah. And they've done a fucking fabulous job. So far, they've done some really cool stuff. Boy, you run into some characters, and I mean the look. Hey, Shooky. Hey, Shooky. Hey, Shooky. Welcome, dude. Thanks for sharing some RuneScape. Good to see you, Shooky. The world, Rose, when you're looking at these rocks, the rocks and the buildings and the architecture and the stonework, it is absolutely representative of what Frazetta did back in the 50s, 60s. I mean, this really looks like the world that Robert E. Howard created, and the illustrations, the original illustrations for half a century. They did such a good job with the buildings and the design and everything. It's just accurately represented, just like Howard wanted it to be. Hey, Sweeps, what's happening? Cookie, thanks for the raid. What's shaking, RuneScape? Hey, Shooky, that looked beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful, Shooky. Shooky, how did you do with your Iron Man run? How did you do with your goal towards Iron Man scores? And welcome. Little Book of Buddhism, Shooky. 45-minute recording. I heard you chatting. It's a very nice thing to look into. And welcome. Right on. Dude, I hope I see you playing that some more, Shuck. It looked beautiful. That was cool. Those spiders, I could see those spiders shooting at ya. I could see those spiders attacking you, man. Thanks for joining me, Alia. Thanks for chilling on my front porch. And how are you all doing today? Awesome. If you streamed Conan recently, I must have missed that. Good progress. Rock and roll, Iron Man. You guys are always so competitive. You guys always going for your goals. It's admirable. And I'm wishing you success, Shooky, in achieving that goal. I'm put you to work, boy. You're going to be aerating that lawn. Shooky, it's beneficial to amend your soil. But I'm just curious if you have to. Like, if I could really take a close look at it, I could tell you likely by SID. But if you want to invest the money to amend the soil with nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, some granular, okay, limestone in the winter, if you want to invest that kind of money, you can. But you may not have to if you just want to have nice turf in your property. And if you mow your lawn exactly as I tell you, you will save thousands over the years. Kentucky 31, baby. Best grass in the country. Those Kentuckians know what they're doing when it comes to grass. Vicky likes hearing that. Hey Shooky, you know the Krishnas that took my beach cruiser? Yeah. They shaved my head to give me a bowl of soup. Competition, baby. Competition, that's ecology. Exactly. You're already ahead of the game. Shooky, you're always welcome to come visit. Come get me the fuck out of here, man. You can move me into your tool shed. Be all good. Put a hammock in there. Get a stripper pole. Some disco lights. They won't even know I'm there. Hey, y'all. I don't know where you are. I don't know what time it is for you. I know where Shooky is. He's just south of me. But I want you guys all to have a safe and successful day ahead. And if you roll out of here and you guys go to bed, dream some good dreams. And by all means, make a good memory at every opportunity. Life is shorter than you think. I don't know, man. I might be moving down to your block, buddy. Come check on me once a week. Yeah, we'll get you sorted though, but now's the time to do it. I hate to see people spending shitloads of money on water. Get that lawn aerated. It'll cost you about 50 bucks for an aerator, maybe less. And in the immortal words of Frank Rizzo, when it comes to growing grass, it's the only fucking thing I'm an expert at. Yeah. I'm glad you're interested, man. It's always passionate about my career, passionate about botany and horticulture. I love plants. You know the reason that I originally, I was growing weed when I was 12 for my uncles. And my dad was a gardener. My dad was a pretty self-sufficient person. My dad rarely ever went to the store. And venison, goat's milk, and everything from his garden. And, yeah, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oxygen, pollinators, we need it. I noticed that about this area, the difference in the air. Because when I was living on the Gettysburg battlefield, it's one of the most preserved areas of the country, thanks to people like me. And that's what we did. In this area is big ag. And so there's a lot of GMOs. The difference in the pollen is huge. Where in Gettysburg, we don't use anything synthetic, right? It's a preserved national area that is owned by all of us here in America. And so, you know, the pollen's like really out of control. The insects and the ticks and the bugs are really out of control. The ticks are crazy. But in this area, I don't see that many bugs and I don't see that many butterflies and I don't really smell the air. Big difference. It's interesting. Without those pollinators, man, we're all dead. My brother asked me the other day, he said, what would happen if all the grass in the earth died today? I said, we'd all be dead tomorrow. Yeah. In any event, I'd talk to you all night if you let me. That's why I got a Twitch channel. I gotta go see what's in my shed. I haven't opened my shed since last year. Thanks for the chat. Shooky, thanks for the raid. Freeside, go to bed. Freeside's probably in there. Welcome to the world of Conan. We're probably sitting here starving to death. All right, it's nighttime. Holy shit. Got a long way to go. We're almost there. We got to go through that pass. I see exactly where we go. We got to go right through there, and then we're headed home. Thrym. Who is Thrym? Man, it's freaking hot in here. Holy hell. I see that pass. Questions, comments, suggestions, smoke a joint. Rose, I oftentimes play Conan Fantasy Audio, if you're interested. I'll play a selection when I'm done playing tonight. We'll all listen together if you guys like. I like to play a lot of late night audio tales, good oral tradition. Sit around the hearth, share a story. And I have lots of Conan. Love audiobooks. I can't read anymore. Not more than a paragraph. I'll read it like 3 times. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? I love it. Shit. Shuki, I think you were talking marigolds, especially if you're gonna do vegetable garden. And for those of you that do have problems with deer, problems with deer. You guys have problems with deer chowing on your trees, chowing on your vegetable gardens, etc., etc. You guys can still find Lifebuoy soap. Lifebuoy soap has something in it that deer do not like, and you can still find that from one little shop up in Maine, some little country store. The original Lifebuoy soap like we had back in the 70s. You can get that, and I'm sure somebody's made like a replacement for that, but you can put that on strings hanging up your trees. Deers don't like it. They'll stay out of your trees. Stop eating your trees. And it's natural. It's a soap. It's not pesticides. And I've worked in both sectors of the green industry, both organic and synthetic. And as I can imagine most of you would imagine, I learned that we really don't need synthetics at all. Yeah. I use Tina Turner as my white boy soap, man. I rub her all over me. But it's spelled funny. Yeah. I didn't expect that rhino. I need a flaming sword, right? Cast a flame spell on my blade. In Dungeons and Dragons back in the 70s, I made an iron rod or a steel rod. And I put a spell on it. I put a light spell on it. Okay? Right? So it was about 40 years ago, and we just got glow sticks. You crack the glow sticks and shake them up. We chuck them through the movie theater and shit like a bunch of little assholes. And so I thought, why don't I cast a light spell on a metal rod? And then when you're in a dungeon in D&D, you can take it and just like chuck it down like a light stick. And it was also so strong that when the ceilings or traps would fall, you had a chance and a roll where you could take the pole and you could stop the trap. Like, get out. Yeah. Flames on swords. Flashlight weapons. Rock and roll. I hope we can find our way out of here. Oh shit! I'm going to invite some of my old friends. I'm going to invite my original D&D party. A few of my friends, we're a bunch of fucking old geezers now, to get together on a live stream and play an original game of the original Dungeons and Dragons. I got sitting right over there. I have all the original D&D shit. I have electronic D&D, and I've been wanting to play that here on Twitch. I have the old electronic D&D from the 70s. 9-volt battery. And you guys can... I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and you guys can... I can play with you guys, and you guys can... You have two characters, you have two heroes, and you have the treasure, and you have the dragon. And if you guys Google that, you see it, electronic D&D. And you have to go by sound. You don't want to wake up the dragon, and you want to be the first one to get around the board and get the treasure. Me. Yeah, it's neat. It's changed so much over the years. It's changed so much. I don't even recognize it. But man, we never had games like this, man. Holy shit. If we had games like this back when I was a kid, nobody would have ever went to school. Nope, we would have rebelled. The government would have had to make video gaming illegal. Hello out there, Egto. Hey, what's shaking, Ed? Welcome. Good morning. Egtao. Egtao from Beowulf. Trees. I see pines. I smell pines. I see our towers in the distance. Rock and roll. Cool, man. Sweeps, did you stream today? I didn't see you on. Digital panels, right on. Yeah, I've never played the more modern stuff. Friends have asked me to come and play that, but I seen it, and you know, I have to say that I think like Elder Scrolls and other games like RuneScape are a lot like more like the original D&D. Right on. Oh, those are tough, dude. Tier 6. That's fucking crazy. That's hard. It takes a long time. I stay away from those, man. They take too... I don't have the endurance. I don't have the endurance for tier 6. I'll do them, but shit, it takes so long for me to find that shit. And dude, it happened to you. The same thing happened to you that happened to me. You're approaching the blood moon, you're in the Shamway factory, and you're looking for the last zombie, but I think you found the last zombie. I never did. Nah. It took too long in there. Welcome home. Won't be long. Really? I was guessing because I looked at it, I was like, that's right on. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. I am a geek. I am a Geet. I come from Beowulf's tribe. My family comes from Beowulf's tribe. We're Geets of Tunsberg. It's probably my oldest known ancestor. I'd love to see that done live. Beowulf. Yeah. In the oral tradition. That would be so nice. Beowulf. Beowulf. 497 AD. There's a half burnt pieces of parchment. Stacks of parchment. But there's one parchment in particular, and it's burned in a fire. Right? It tells the original tale of Beowulf. It's the oldest writing that we have. Yeah, 496, 497 AD. The burnt page. We don't even know if we have the whole tale. But there's all kinds of other things in there too that were found. Yeah, Southern England. And for example, definitions of words and how they've changed. Heathen. It's got nothing to do with religion. Yeah, Beowulf. Oh. Mountains in the ocean. That's for me. I have to turn this heat off, my friends, and I have to get something to drink. Absolutely. I was telling Jonesy earlier, I was watching Jonesy survive with dinosaurs. That where I'm from, where I grew up, is the very first permanent Norwegian settlement in the USA. In Norway, Illinois. It used to be Stavanger, Illinois. And so we settled outside of Chicago 200 years ago. And we set up the very first permanent Scandinavian settlements in the USA, specifically Norwegian settlement. But there were two other small settlements that were Danish and Swedish. And over the last 200 years, the languages have merged. And so you still have a lot of old farmers. You go to a Husqvarna mowing shop outside Chicago in LaSalle County. And we'll use Swedish words like smorgasbord. And we don't say buffet, say smorgasbord. It's a Swedish word. It's not a Norwegian word. And so the languages are totally different. People say, well, you're Norse settlement 200 years later, and the language doesn't even jive. And it's because the Sandwich, Illinois, other little towns around, that's who we're trading with. And so you have Danish settlements, Swedish settlements, Norwegian settlements. Those farmers are all trading with each other for 100 years, going to the same one-room schoolhouses, just like my parents went to a one-room schoolhouse. And, you know, they learned to communicate and exchange words. It's awesome. Just like my name has changed so much with the 870 invasions of England and Norfolk and East Anglia. And definitions and meanings of words. Where my last name in Scandinavia means spear, right? But 1,000 years later in England, the same thing means gate. It's fascinating. Right on. Absolutely. Right on. What can I get you guys? Want a Klondike bar? I'll be right back. I got Klondike bars. I got ice cream. It's all good. I can eat all that shit. What you guys want me to bring you? I have to get something cold to drink, and I need to turn this heat off before I pass out. And welcome. If you rolled in here and showed some friendly vibes, thank you. Oh. Change gears for a minute. Rock and roll. And thanks for listening. I'll be right back.
I have multiple sclerosis.
It is. Leafwell makes the best videos. And thanks for watching, for tuning in. Thanks for becoming aware. Look at those avocados. Oh, shit. Well, thanks.
The neuropathic pain and the spasticity is still.
Can you hear it now?
So that's where I turn to cannabis.
Well, thanks for letting me know.
Is a condition of the neurological system. So basically, to make it simple, anything inflammatory is not a good idea. So what that means.
Right on. Thank you, Shucky.
Cannabis. It's not that it's not an option, but it's not good for me. So
hit the wrong button. I can see what I did.
All that means is I get a dropper and I put it under my tongue. I make my own cannabis oil. I decarb the cannabis in an oven and then I put it into a slow cooker. I grew up in the UK, so I believe that's called a crock pot in the United States. And I just leave it there on very low heat between 2 and 3 hours. And then I use a cheese
right on, Matthew.
Strain it, let all the coconut oil.
That's the ticket.
Through the cheesecloth, so you're not wasting it. I adjust the dosage to about 15 to
he does a very good explanation of multiple sclerosis.
I consume that every night before I go to bed. What tends to happen with spasticity and also with neuropathic pain for that matter, as the day progresses, it gets worse and worse. And that timing works quite well because my kids are young. So my kids go to bed by about 7:30 p.m. And by about 6 o'clock is when the pain starts to get really bad and the spasticity starts to get really bad. And so what I'll do is after the kids have gone to bed, I typically consume cannabis in an oil format. I take the oil sublingually and within about 45 minutes, I can feel the spasticity, i.e. the tension in my muscles, start to relax. Let's say on a bad day, the pain could be a 7 out of 10. Within an hour of consuming cannabis, it invariably will be a 3 out of 10. So it makes a very, very large difference. And I've never done an experiment on myself where I have suspended my prescribed pharmaceutical medication regime, but I feel that it is a lot more effective.
Hope that volume's better.
Individual pharmaceutical medications that I'm taking. And I'm taking
just threw this on here on the fly.
I'm on OxyContin, I take morphine, I sometimes take, what's the one they give to heroin?
I don't take any of that shit.
Methadone, I take
nope,
Xanadu,
no thanks.
I take gabapentin, I take baclofen.
I'm allowed to take Excedrin, Bear Aspirin, and cannabis. That's it.
I take 43 tablets a day, so it's hard to pick
damn
apart which exactly.
Holy shit!
Side effects, but yeah, there are.
You got some MS, my friend.
The volume, the sheer volume of tablets that I'm consuming.
No thanks. I'll stick with weed.
I don't know what the science is behind 40-something tablets exploding in your stomach every day, but I couldn't imagine it would be very good. Some days when I'm very heavily medicated, I feel like I'm not really there for my family. It's perhaps the most saddening of all the side effects for me personally, because I have young kids. That feeling of not being 100% present for my wife and for my sons.
Yeah, we're not bad relatives. We're not bad parents. We're not bad friends. We're disabled friends. Can't always get out and play the reindeer games or go to play dates.
I'd have a lot more pain, but for me, the most
girls' night out
thing is I'm a husband and a father. And if I didn't have cannabis, I
it's
think
tough.
The pain in particular would make me less patient. I think pretty much any parent would tell you that patience is really a virtue. It's not really about
right on, Matthew.
It's about what it does for my wife and for my kids.
Learn more about cannabis and begin your medical
right on.
Journey at leafwell.com.
Sorry about the volume. It's often tough for me to tell. Awesome, awesome.
I have multiple sclerosis, well,
I did like his
simply put, I am
explanation. I'm sorry you missed it.
on my brain and on my spine. I'm no longer able to walk. I'm a full-time wheelchair user, and as you can probably notice,
Back to Conan in just a minute.
To say it, it affects my cognitive abilities as well. So sometimes I slur my words a little bit. There are many symptoms in multiple sclerosis, and I suffer from two symptoms in particular: neuropathic pain. Basically, that's my nerves are misfiring, and it causes.
It's the most painful thing I've ever experienced.
And the other one is known as spasticity, and spasticity is the involuntary contraction of my muscles, and sometimes they get locked in that position. So, for example,
I was completely locked up today in bed from head to toe. I couldn't move.
I'm not able to massage it out or stretch it out. In both of those symptoms, cannabis is quite frankly more effective than
smoke it if you got it.
My prescription medications. Hello, my name is.
Right on. Thanks for becoming aware. What's the point? The more people become aware, hopefully more people will take action to help cure this illness. When you interact with somebody with multiple sclerosis, now you know what you're looking at. So you can better help that person have a great day. And thank you if you do. And if you're struggling with whatever hurdles you're struggling with, I want you to persevere and continue moving forward to overcome those hurdles, to pursue your passions, no matter what hurdles you face. Don't let me down. Got something to drink. Turn the heat off. Let's have trouble with my volume. I can't hear. Still got freaking grittiness on that water, on that reflection of the distance in the left about 10 o'clock below that rock. Grainy. Good morning, Threm. What are you doing? Threm kidnapped, he kidnapped Freya, didn't he? Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he kidnapped Freya. And so Loki went to make him a deal. Shit, I always forget that. I gotta tell them to follow me when we restart the game. So Loki went to make Thrym a deal to get Freya back for the Allfather. And so he said he would trade him Thor's hammer for Freya. You guys know the tale. That's a hell of a hangover. No. Apologies. Thrym stole Thor's hammer. And to get Thor's hammer back, that's right, he wanted Freya as his wife. Apologies. I had the story backwards there for a minute, didn't I? So Loki goes to make Thrym a deal to get Thor's hammer back. He wants Freya in marriage. And so Loki says, okay, we'll bring you Freya. You see that? But when Loki shows up at Thrym's fortress with Freya, all dressed up in the bride's gown. What am I doing? No! It's Thor, dressed up like a girl. Thor is dressed up in a wedding gown. And Loki and Thor fool Thrym into thinking that it's Freya. And it's not, it's Thor. They're there to get his hammer back. But it's not Freya. So Thor dressed up like a girl. They go to get his hammer back. When Thrym goes to kiss Freya and he pulls over the veil, and it's Thor's red-haired face. That's where that red hair comes from. Thor came down. He slept with the mortal woman. He gave the earth. He gave Midgard red hair. They get him? Girls be leveled up in no time. I think her name started with R. And so Thor, Thor killed Thrym. Took his hammer, killed Thrym. Thrym is our hero. Wow. He's doing his best. Rock and roll. Good morning. We're on our way home to the Black Tower. Yeah, apologies for the sound in that video. Matthew gives a very, very good description of multiple sclerosis symptoms. It's fascinating. I think that's my whole gig with MS. You know, I'm not bitching, I'm not moaning, I'm not complaining, I'm telling people to move forward, continue living your best life as best you can. But, whoa. Yeah, piggy. I think MS is one of the most bizarre things that I've encountered in this life. It is. It's so strange. And I can only imagine that there's stranger illnesses out there that people deal with, that we see them, we look at people's faces, we have no idea what's really going on. Far out. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Hot diggity dog. So what do? Get our Conan on. Rock and roll. We're going the wrong way. We got to go through the valley. It's going to be a nice walk. I should have a bow. Yeah, I don't want to fight every animal we come across. Plenty to eat. Oh, shit! Plenty to eat, plenty of resources. Let the girls level up. Let them get some EXP. Man, look at that fat pig. Rock and roll! I'm fresh out of beer. I don't want a bacon sandwich. Are they gonna do anything? Just like the old artwork. It is. Yeah, all the rock work, all the bridges and everything. It's just like the old 50s. It's just like the old Savage Sword of Conan. So bitchin'. They did such a good job rendering this world. Good job, Funcom. Rock and roll, you guys come have some Conan pizza with me. It's a stump. We're on our way home to my main fortress. I have a big fortress over here in the towers. In Set City, that's my small fortress. That's why I'm moving all of my thralls and moving all my resources over to my big fortress. Yep, and we're going to war. Start our own kingdom. Just like in the old lore. Thrym, King of the Mountains. Hope you guys can hear that music. I'm hearing impaired as hell. Hey, hey. Thank you, Shooky. Yeah, for sure, Rose. For sure. Man, we all, you know, we all often forget that. Yeah. Right on. Modern folk. Modern northern folk. Oh, beautiful. Conan, what is best in life? A bitchin' view. A bitchin' view and a good cup of coffee. Those fuckers are so tough up there. Damn, those are some serious warriors up there. I think I got killed up there about a year ago. Too slow. Wish I could turn until like in B, but stay in the same field of vision. It doesn't, not really. That's cool. Right up there. We should go get some payback. Now the city, one of the cities that we're headed to is right up over that ridge. There's a big bitchin' city there. I'd like to take it over, become king. You see, which is what they need to implement into this game for single player purposes. I should be able to roll in there with my thralls and take that real estate and make it my own, reinforce that. Instead of NPCs respawning, we take the land. We make them our subjects. What kind of weed you guys smoking? The downside is I'm sick and retired. The upside is the fucking medicine's great. And cursing is the crutch of the crippled conversationalist. I am crippled and I like to converse and I may indeed curse. Rock and roll. The forsythias are blooming. Spring is here. Look at this. It's awesome. Holy hell. Our friend Jones was playing the dinosaur survival game, and boy, that's really cool. I'm going to be playing that. I saw that on Steam, and I said, man, I'd like to play that. Survival, but dinosaurs, right? And then a couple of my friends started playing it, and boy, that's a really beautiful game. It's so bitchin'. Dinosaurs are so awesome. And yeah, he was saying, and his setup is beautiful. The graphics are beautiful. The sky and the prehistoric world is so fabulous. And he made the comment, Jonesy might be lurking drinking a beer. He made the comment, he says, boy, the sky is so amazing and everything. And I mentioned this, you're in a prehistoric world. There's no pollution. You can really see, you can see nature. You can see the shit. You can see the moon. There's no pollution. Awesome. Shit, I'm going south again. I got to be headed north. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, we're going the wrong way. Yeah, I can see where I'm at. I'm on a plateau. I'm looking at that topography. Yep, we're up here in the Appalachians. We're near Pine Grove Furnace. We're going to hit the Appalachian Trail Museum right about at the halfway mark between Springer Mountain, Georgia and Mount Katahdin. Awesome. Let's get a gallon ice cream. Look at the minerals. Minerals, minerals. Awesome, awesome. Oh, we got some baby wolves. I got some Sasquatches. I got some Yetis. That's a cool quest to go get the Yeti skulls. Yeah, it don't take much. That's so much fun. So bitchin'. Look at that. So cool. The wolf sitting right up there on that rock. It was 30 years ago. My wife and I had a North American timber wolf. Full blood. I would say domesticated, but there's no assurance in that. The thing is Chloe, who we inherited inadvertently, she was left at our house right outside of DC during Grateful Dead tour by a bunch of Deadhead friends of ours. She was raised on Dead tour. She was the friendliest, most docile, shyest, softest, nicest, gigantic, freaking intimidating creature that you'd ever meet. And she was so sweet and soft, and you'd see this freaking full-size wolf in your house licking the plates. And she's the nicest, sweetest thing in the world. Yeah. Wolves. We mated her with my friend's husky. Had a bunch of pups. Gave them to friends. Love wolves. I was in charge of the landscape crews for Hershey Corporation in Chocolate Town, USA, about 20 years ago. And I was in charge of Zoo America, which is in Hershey. And I would be in there at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, assessing the property, see what needed to be done. Weeding, installations, bushes, etc., mowing, trimming. You guys get the idea? And man, in the early morning, and it's dark, and there's no one in the zoo, and you're right by the wolf pen, and you've got these wolves rustling around next to you in the dark, and they're through a big chain link fence and everything. It's hey, a little scary, a little spooky, and yet a nice memory. Yeah, wolves. Love wolves. Almost home. Can't be. It is. Huh. Yeah, now I know where we are. Yeah, there's a pen right there. There's a shitload of wolves right there. There's some little baby wolves. Canids, not canines. Yeah. I need to get these girls to spread out a little bit. They're too tight. They're too close, right? So when they get in a fight, it's like a rugby match. Look at that wolf over there. He's sliding along the ground. That wolf down at the bottom of the cave, do you see him? He's right there front and center. He's not walking, he's sliding. You know? Like when dogs rub their butts on carpets. That's the best name for a punk band, I'm telling you. Go through them, go. Go through them. So what should we listen to tonight? I probably have every Conan audiobook ever made. Frost Giant's Daughter. Been so sick today. Had some serious episodes today. Damn. Can't wait till that shit goes away, man. Go give me some ice cream. And a lap dance at the same time. Shit, we make $1 million. We open up a lap dance ice cream parlor. Get a lap dance with your ice cream. Be bigger than McDonald's. We're just standing out here in the rain. My daughter and I used to go camping every year up in the Poconos. We go on daughter-daddy camp out. And I had to get out and get some stuff. We had a storm coming one time. She's just a little kid. She's about 6. And I was like, man, I want to get out there and get wet and stuff, get some snacks. We had to sit in the tent because it was coming down like this. I said, I want to get all soaked. It just got dry. And she goes, just pretend you're at the beach, Dad. She was 100% right. There's no difference, right? And being out in the rain and going to the beach. She just wanted the s'mores. It was worth it. I'm trying to find a little place. I'm trying to find a little place on the water. There's lakes here. There's really big lakes here. I'd like to find a small place or even a camper. Go chill out so we can be on the water, out in nature. No neighbors, no cars. So nice. Go fishing, drink some coffee. And tell tales of high adventures. Ah, it's those bastards. Yeah, you bastards. I brought my girls with me this time. Yeah, I think when Freya. Now, a couple of things that have changed now is that Freya is not someone you cannot capture Freya. We haven't tried, but I would assume that you cannot capture Freya because she is now an NPC that you can do quests for, and she can join your party legitimately. So you don't have to brain her, as Robert E. Howard would say in Conan. You read, they brained him, right? They brained him. My mom used to say that. I'll brain him. I'll brain ya. But, they brained me all right. Oh, yeah, you can't knock Freya out and make her a thrall anymore. Nah. She'll give you a quest. You go on a quest, I think, to find her husband. And then she will join your band. She'll join your war band. I'm just got to take a leak. It's all good. And so I guess there's 2 companions that you can get like that with quests. And now Freya I'm familiar with because she's been a thrall of mine for a long time. And so I'm curious. I probably have 2 or 3 Freya thralls in my fort. And so I'm curious what happened to them. They likely just disappeared. There's also supposed to be a spawn point that I need to check. I'll go into God mode sometime and I'll go up. There's a longitude, latitude. There's a grid. I think it's 000 on the map where I need to see if any missing or disappearing thralls are floating up there in the Conan sphere. They might be. Yeah, and you can rescue them. Yeah, some cats were like building houses there and stuff like up in the thrall weird spawn area. Rock and freaking roll. Holy shit, man. This is just like looking at the old comic books, but in color. I never understood that. To this day, that is a mystery to me. Why the Savage Sword of Conan was done in black and white. It was, the covers were amazing, beautiful. But the whole comic book was always in black and white. I think it was the only black and white comic book I ever had. We're in the reach, the breach. Yeah, we're about home. That's our trip tonight, getting home. Gotta rescue our thralls. And thanks for listening to my yammer. Huh. There used to be a war band here. Yeah, there was a war band here. They're gone. Unless that's a different place. It might be down there. They might be down on that beach. They're probably in that next beach over. There should be a war band up there. They're probably down there. They're going to get their asses kicked. Need to capture them all. Come out here with a bunch of girls with truncheons and then we'll just capture them. We're going to get a big badass army. Look at all the minerals. Tons of minerals. There should be a big white wolf up here. That didn't take very long. Nah, that was a good trip. It's been so long since we took this trip. I think the last time we played was October. But you guys know the drill. Shit, you go down here, you go down to the bottom right of the map. Shit, that's a month-long excursion. It looks like they're still there.
Yep.
Fighters camp. There's that white wolf. Right on, Rose. Thank you. Awesome, awesome. Shit. I forget to eat just like in real life. Good, we hardly used any resources. We hardly used any food, any water. Shit. Come on, we gotta eat. I'm stuck. What the fuck is that?
See me and tremble!
Oh, come on. My keys aren't responding. Well, shit, that works. That's not why I did that. My keys weren't responding. I'm not gonna go look and see what I have it set to get rid of that chat. Oh shit, I forgot to grab her loot. Right. Whoa, ladies, look at this. He got all kinds of fucked up, didn't he? Okay, girls, right here. Thank you. Nasty. Makes me feel like river dancing. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before in this game. I've never seen anything weird like that. The only weird thing I've ever seen, any weird bugs you gotta say, was the two-headed Conan. That was a treat, man. That was worth every dollar. Two-headed Conan. Are we getting chased? Is there a bear? There's a bear coming. The two-headed Conan. Home's in sight. We live in the Black Tower. Ah, it's been too long. Rock and roll. Still getting my knees green a little bit. We'll be back into the swing of things soon. There is a big badass beastie in there, isn't there? Yeah, there is. Yeah, Frey is usually guarding right up there. There's a girl there now. Isn't there? There's a guard right there. Or is that a plant? Is it a plant or a person? That's a plant. There's usually a guard there. There's a scout there. Frey is up there. Now, we should have a couple of Freyas in our fortress, but they probably disappeared. Yep, they went to grow golden apples with the Duna. Oh, I love you, Juan Valdez. Rock and roll. Brings me that coffee every morning, his little burrow right to my kitchen window. Just like the commercial. Thunder, the lightning coming down from the sky. If you guys do roll in here and I'm playing Conan, I might have my cam off, mic off, might be playing an audiobook and playing through the game. Hope you listen in. Hope you like what you hear. Rock and roll, we got our signal fire. Now I know we're home. There's a bear up there, isn't there? There's another one of the neighboring tribe. I think she's a loner, but that must be a scout outpost. You see her sitting there down below? It's about 10 o'clock. Signal fire. Home sweet home. The Aesir and the Vanir, the Blondes and the Reds. Two different tribes of ancient times. 14,000 years ago. Things are going splendidly for about 2,000 years. Tail of a comet came by. Probably Halley's Comet. Fucked everything up in a cataclysm all over again. All of this was gone. The ice started melting. We started building this civilization for 2,000 years. Comet came by, buried it all again. Took another 5,000 years for us to start freaking putting up stone structures. And here we are. Robert Howard had a pretty good vision of those times, I think. I enjoy his representation. Thank you, Robert Howard, for sharing your imagination. Rock and roll. Welcome to my home. Should have some beasties up here. I just want to say. You spent some of your time and some of mine this morning. Thank you. Thanks for making a memory. Are they dead and starving? Just about. We gotta go hunting before they die. Yeah, we've been gone too long. That's why I'm consolidating my bases. I'm too spread out. Got to get rid of that tree again. I got to get rid of that tree again. We do have a horse. Awesome. Let's make some beer. Yeah, man, I want to make some beer. I'd like to make some beer. I would. I no reason I can't. Hell, I'd like to make some beer on the stove. That'd be great. People always told me, they said, Daryl, you like really good beer, you'd probably make some good beer. I've never made beer. I made wine. Kicking ass and taking names, boys. Right on. Skirnir Gorm. Gorm. The most infamous of the Danish kings. Long forgotten. Or the greatest of the Danish kings. The museum of sorts in Denmark, and what it is, it's his burial mound, and it's laid out, and it's a giant ship shape. But I mean, it's like half an acre. It's big. Little museum there. Gorm. Love to visit that. I'd love to go to the Viking ship museum in Ribe in Denmark. Who wants to go? Leon. Gorm. Skirnir. We have our enemies up here. The neighboring tribe, they're right up there. Yep. Welcome to my fort, the Black Tower. I had fun building this. We need to upgrade materials though. Big bad nasties blow right through there. We're gonna find out. I want to do the Maelstrom, the Purge. I like Maelstrom better. Sounds cool. And that city, Sepamuro. Yeah, I'd like to see what happens. We die. Everybody lives happily ever after. Scotty. You. You see, that's part of the new system. Ah, she won't place. That's okay. Put you right there. Yeah. Come here, darling. Put you right over here. Rock and roll, sister. Yeah. Bitchin'. Awesome. Ragnar, what are you doing, Ragnar? Did you bring me some beef jerky, Warlord? Hell yeah, I'm happy. We got to get rid of those trees permanently, or I'm gonna have to move that. I kind of like it there. If we place something in the right spot, it won't respawn. I obviously missed it. This tree too. That's all right. Let's see if what mess we have is going to unfold. Let's see our girls. We can put them right here. Bang, bang, bang. Thank you. Thank you. Now she's got friends. She's happy. Yep, they can get all liquored up, take their shirts off, and act like tough girls. Motherfucker's leaving us out here in the rain again? What a dick. Yep, we're going to war, girls. We're going to war. We are. I'm going to attack the neighboring settlement. I got it set to 10. I can take 10 companions. My indentured friends. They keep whacking this guy. That's why I put him there. Yeah. Ah, he does. He has a taxidermized wolf. He just happens to have a wolf in his pocket. That's pretty cool. Oh. There we go. We have our hatchet. And then to make another one. Our Hoarfrost hatchet. Now let's go see what... Now we have not been in our fortress since the updates, the changes with the companions. So let's see what we have to do. Rock and roll. I saw this and I was like, hell yeah. I was like, we could totally make a fort out of that. It's perfect. Our map room will go right here. Welcome home. So I came in here all deep, dark, and dank, and rainy, and stormy, just like Conan in the movie when he was released from servitude. And he went into that cave and he took the sword off the king's hand who was sitting on the throne with the cobwebs in the dark. And it was just like that scene, and I said, man, I could build a fort in here. And so I did. And so there's only one way in and one way out. One way in and one way out. And we'll see how we do with the purge. And so I need to consolidate all of my goody goods, all of my resources, and all of my warriors from our condo in Set City to here. Now, what we were doing before the update was going to the Dead Mounds, going to the volcano, and then going to the Viking City, starts with an A, and then coming home. But now we have to do it the other way around because the thralls are now, my companions are gone. My thralls are gone, but they're not gone. They're still sitting in their stations, but now we have to place them out here, and then they will go about their business and they'll do their thing. Now these girls that are still out here were not assigned to stations, and they are warriors. So these are my warriors, right? These are my Valkyries. So they're fighters. Helga Sif, Angerboda, Geta, Hild, Dina. Yep, Funky Cold Medina, baby. Luba the Luscious. Yeah, you are. Rock and roll. It's been a while. It's been too long since we've been home. All the food's rotten. So you see our thrall is in there right there. I need to look at my inventory. Do we have room? I think we have room. Let me get rid of some of this crap first. Well, we got silver bars, wood, leather, sticks. Wrong button, Daryl. Who's home? Angerboda. Right on. We got all of our crafting. Sit in here all day. That Tinker's bench, the girls are not going to be able to get out of there. They're going to get stuck right there. Let's see what we got in here. So you see our thrall is in the bench still. So he's assigned as an item, but they're no longer items. They're AI NPCs, more or less. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take him out of the bench. We're going to put him in our tool belt, and then we're going to place him just like an item. And it's just like lightning struck the earth, and he just spawns right up out of the ground. And he starts cruising around and eating food and pooping and taking a nap. High-fiving the other NPCs. Rock and roll, getting their Conan on. Yeah, let's see what we can do in here. There's nothing in here. Let's get rid of it. I didn't want to dump those seeds. No. Up. Ah. Let me in. Need some food. We'll take the cook out. Place them. I want to free up some inventory items first. Yeah. Yeah, it should be our dismantling bench. Right on. Elk King trophy. Ooey. Ditch that. Keep those seeds. I have to remember where everything is. Wolf pelt. Shit, cool. That bear pelt as well. Yeah, we should be able to bust that down. Oh shit, food poisoning. That's no good. Was it rotten? Seeds. Torturer's work table. We got it all at Warlord's Keep. Huh, rock and roll. That rune, I'm gonna place those. Let's hope that worked. It's kicking everything out of here. There we go. Maybe. Yeah, I thought I had some crates back here. I do. We're gonna need those. Mm-hmm. For that spell book. Yeti protector. Awesome. Yep, Yeti protector. Yeti, the company, they make the coolers and stuff. Yeti protector. Yep, they started making nut cups. Yep, Yeti strength nut cups. Yeti size nut cups. Yeti protector. Can roll. Yeah, that's a fun quest, going to get the Yeti heads. Yetis are cool. We had a Yeti down by that river fighting those warriors. Awesome. And then we'll place all of our thralls to get rid of some of this stuff. Right on. Huh. Why do I not? Must use it all up, huh? Yeah, I should have stone in there. I should have some stone in there. That's what I would think. I don't have anything left to put in there. The, my shards to Emir. I'll wait till I deal with all of my thralls before I use those shards. We need to make a new axe. Right on, girls. Keep worshiping. Getting there. Got our hoard. We'll bury it in the floor. Along with the salmon. Just like Grandma used to do. Put the salmon in the box in the floorboards. there's anything in there for that. Luscious. Of course I put her by the bed. We just put him there so we could jump up and down on the bed, you know? Thought I had a chest back there. Thought I did. I must have moved it. Missing something. Goody goods. We already hit that crate. We hit that one too. Now who are we missing? Got you. Got you. Leave that to disappear. We've got some booze. Oh, that's right. We put the shellfish in the fridge. Right. We got to put some of that stuff. It's got to be refrigerated. I forgot. That's why we ate. We got food poisoning. We ate that food. I forgot we had to keep it cold. Right, goody goods. Ah, did it again. Get rid of that shit. I know it's feral flesh. I don't want it. Yeah, it's probably. I thought I was eating shredded roast, and ate somebody's finger instead. Listen, listen. You got problems. I got problems. Everybody's got problems. We just think we got problems. Nobody's got problems till your dog brings a stranger's finger home and leaves it in the dog dish. Yeah, we probably ate that finger by accident, didn't we? Let's get some steak. Awesome. We'll survive on that. We got that thrall. And we got this thrall. We did. Yeah, we did. Thrall's Tale. The book. In the extremely hard to find audiobook, The Thrall's Tale. What was that girl's name who wrote that book, The Thrall's Tale? That was one of the most realistic, fascinating freaking stories ever. Take that thrall, a Shemite carpenter. Got some arrows in there. Good. We did get that thrall. About here. We already picked him up. We're good. I think we got them all. Yeah. We just did a full circle. Anything else we're missing? Nope. Nobody, nope. Nobody, nope. Man, that poor hatchet. Surprised I don't have more rock in there. Good, that's... Huh. That's strange, my encumbrance. I am entertained. Well, my friends, time for you guys to get to work. Where you at, sister? We're going to put you right there. Have fun. You, Iblis, she's gone. Let's see what she does. Right on, sister. Get to work. Awesome. Look at that badass spear she's got. So who do we have here? Stygian Tanner. Taskmaster, we'll take that carpenter. 3 is a carpenter. 3 is a carpenter's bench. Be right over here, right? I think so. We can rename them. Awesome. Tanner. Tanner. Awesome. Yep, the Matrix is coming. Now, didn't we just set an Iblis of Zendara? I guess we're gonna have two of them. Yep, Iblis and Zingara. We'll have two of them. That'd be twins. The twins. They both got the same name. Their parents had a sense of humor. Someday I'll get stoned again. Doesn't know what to do with his hands. Good morning, America. Feel nice and dark out there. People still got their Christmas trees lit up. Blacksmith. Taskmaster. She looks serious. She's gonna go torture something. Eh, this'll poke their eyeballs out. Blacksmith. Go right over here, don't you, hon? Yeah, you do. There you go. Awesome. She's got a badass sword. Look at her badass gloves. Got some badass boots. That's a nice sword. Holy shit. And we got the cookie. We got a cookie. Yep. I want 3 quiches and 3 pounds of bacon, a loaf of toast. Oh, he's the taskmaster. All right, well, he'll cook us some eggs anyway. You don't mind. Ah, 7. There we go. There's our cookie. Rock and roll. Famous Amos. You don't say. Just walked right through me. Holy shit. I felt his stank. Pitch in. I think our thralls are set. Yeah. Cool. I think we're done. Mission accomplished for now. I wish we could repair the one that we have. Thanks very much. I did my best. I'm still learning a lot, and I've learned a lot. Placement's always a bitch with games like Conan 7 Days to Die or Valheim. What I'm most interested in is the behavior of the thralls now, and they seem to be acting splendidly. They do. Now that whole process that I just shared was, you can imagine I played Conan briefly in October, and then I played Conan a lot in a year ago. I was playing Conan for months, and to come back, I found it bewildering. I'm like, where's my workers? Where'd they go? They're in the workstations, but they're not doing anything. What happened? Yeah, so a little homework, a little investigation. Yanked them out of there, placed them in the world. They do their own thing. You saw it was glitchy, very, very glitchy in Sepulmur City, but that's perhaps, there can be usually, as in most cases, there's an innumerable amount of factors to glitches or bugs. But whatever they may be, I'm thinking possibly, now that I've engaged all of them and I've replaced all of them except for these two, returning home, guarding, but yet they're grayed out, that thing should smooth out a little more. Now I still have all of these I'm a little curious about. Guarding. Are these, where are they? These mostly, the Stygians are mostly in Sepulmur, guarding, returning home. I just hope I don't have any that are wandering an endless night. But once I have, pardon me, engaged them all and replace them, place them once again, that, like I said, things should start disco dancing for us. So we shall see. And it looks like if I'm going to have a bunch of guards outside, I might have to, I hate to have to put another thrall pot. We'll do what we will. We'll do what we have to do. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did have the purge. We did do a purge in here. Yeah, it was nuts. They couldn't get past the outer gate. They tore the shit out of it. They did. They tore through here, and they were coming through there, and coming through the sides, and they're trying to get through this door, and they did start to come through, down through in there, but we beat them back. Yeah, we did do that, didn't we? Yeah, we sure did. Yeah, I could have swore we had more. Freaking Tarzan. Freaking love it. Alright, girls, do your thing. Yeah, let's see if they just start wandering. Wandering, an endless night. Yeah, I love the fact that we can make them converse. We could even put them to work if we want to. We can put them on the stations. He's fucked up. Is he sitting back there in the grass? Or is he wandering? Or cook? You know, I'm curious if the AI will kick in and this group of girls right here will start doing their own thing without me having to tell them what to do. Because they should. Instead of just standing there, they should start wandering around doing things. And now granted, the program itself is crunching all kinds of numbers, making these guys move around, so it might catch up. I've noticed that with Conan. In some cases, it takes a minute. It takes some seconds for things to catch up. The cat with the body all like confetti, he was all wacky when we had that little skirmish down at the shore, that little inlet just a little while ago. I'd never seen that before, where the body was all just hanging there in the air. I haven't seen that in Conan. Like I said before, I had the my ass burning on a fire. It was, my booty was burning. I was sitting on that fire shit. Huh. Let's see what they do on their own. Instead of placing them in a station. I'll find someplace for you. Yeah, I don't want to put them on the station. Make them have a conversation. But that was pretty cool. So she'd be sitting back there eating, it looks like. If I placed her back there behind the kitchen. And she's standing right in that fire. Yes, he will have to move some things around. We'll have to do some adjusting. That's unfortunate, as I liked where I had things. Won't take much. We'll get it worked out. It'll be better than before. I knew she's going to get stuck on that table. Right there. Good deal. She's walking over the fire. Don't walk over the fire. You get hot foot. Yeah, I'll probably take 2 low-level companions with me so they can level up. And I like using those spears. That's our new Hoarfrost hatchet. We must have ditched the other one, must have put it away. We have that harp, I wanted to do something with that too. That. Oh, that is the broken one. What we can do with that? We have to do something with it. Break it down. We can't repurpose it. Do that. I shouldn't have been using that sickle. I have to see the difference in how much I can yield from hides using those 2 different tools. But I think my skinning knife should be better. She's stuck. Nope, they're dancing. She's stuck. Aren't ya? Yeah, you are. Good. And she just cruised back. Somebody stuck in that door. It didn't last long. Okay. Shit, I would have liked to have saved him. Keep one hit R. Huh. Okay, so they were just wandering, or were they mine? Were they returning home? Yeah, that's never happened before. Would they just roll up to my gate? A couple of strangers, I'm thinking, were they mine? Hmm. He's gone.
Yeah.
Any wood in there? Probably not. Fucking human flesh. Huh. I must have stashed a bunch of stuff in there I did. Old habits die hard. Stuck up on food. Consolidate our supplies and our forces. Rock and roll. Glad to be back playing Conan. Love this game. Sounds. The sounds are something else. Let there be light. Light for Loki. The Lord of Light. Saturday is Loki's day. Saturday is bath day. Because Loki bathed in the poison of the serpent. The gods chained him to the rock. The blood, the poison of the serpent down onto Loki. That's your bath. Bath day. Saturday. Loki's dagger. It's so awesomely dark. Ooh. I don't think we can burn those plant fibers. To say. And the well, that was much needed. Yeah. Glad to have that well. Man, that was strange, that Nordheimer priest, and they came right up to the... Sounded like a fight. It did. It sounded like there was a fight. Huh. They must have killed someone. Because an enemy will spawn here. Right? An enemy spawns here. And so I put 3 of my warriors up here. And so this guy will spawn here. They'll kill him. They level up. So they're getting experience every day. Much better. Should have done that in the first place. Right. We're missing some people. Yeah, we're already missing people. She's chilling. She's taking a nap. That's the first time I saw that. That's cool. Yeah, so she's taking a nap. That's awesome. Where's our guys, though? Where's our cook?
Yep.
Yep. Cook and a taskmaster. Yeah, they're missing. He's stuck behind the bear. Nope. Nope, they skedaddled. She stayed put. They stayed put. These girls are still chilling. See if we can find them. Not stuck somewhere. It's curious where those two went. That taskmaster and my cook. We'll have to see. I'll have to look at my roster. Yeah, I'm just wondering how far they will wander. They were already killed by the enemy on the other side of our tower. There's an enemy settlement on the other side of our tower. They don't like us. They're not even friendly. They don't even want to trade lingonberries and lutefisk. It's a bummer. Nevertheless, it's time for me to say good morning. Indeed. Good morning, Threm. He's like, I'm dressed and I'm out of bed. What else do you want? He just spawned. He spawned right there. Huh. Yeah, he did. He spawned right here. Interesting. They hadn't done that before. That's new.
Hey.
Jump. Goats. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Huh. Have to keep an eye on the spawn, see what's up. Because the thing is, if I set them to take thralls, and there's Nord troops spawning right there, shit, that's a bonus. Like easy thralls. Right on. If you joined me this morning, thanks for kicking it. Thanks for spending some of your time and some of mine. Thanks for the positive vibes. May all of you rest well and dream good dreams.
You know the legend written on the wall of the crypt?
From the day of my birth.
Then you know what will happen if the horn is placed back in the forehead of Dagoth.
The god will live again. And we who give him life will stand by his right hand and rule the world with him.
You will die in the great evil that will come from his rebirth.
We will control him.
No one is able to control him. His power and his evil are too great.
Give us the girl or we'll take her.
Enough talk. Back to the crypt!
a tunnel. It could be our only way out.
The jewel, take the jewel. Hurry, hurry.
That way.
Malik! Malik, come on! Malik! It's the leader. He's the wizard. He's forcing the mouth open.
Well, stop him. Kill him or something.
My dagger is gone. You kill him.
Not me. It's bad luck to kill a wizard.
Wait. There's a better way to take care of a wizard. You reckon. Well done, iCUE. Into the tunnel!
Don't stop.